Alright, hello and welcome back everybody to another Pokemon TCG video. As you will have noticed, I got a new layout. It's compliments of Stream Elements. They really helped me out. They're a custom team there on the Dream Team that I'm part of. Made this custom for me, so really happy with the quality and the speed at which they got this done. I suppose cat's out of the bag. Most people have followed me over from my other channel, so you know that I stream. I don't like advertising it here because I want this channel to be a bit more kid friendly. So if you are under 18, do not search out my stream. But in future streams, this is going to be the layout that I use, and it's just kind of nice. I have it so that I'm a little bit more out of the way. It's aesthetically pleasing, I think, and then when we do unboxings, I have that little thing below me where it'll be the display for the cards that we pull. So, anywho, hope you guys like it. Oh, big news. Before we get started on this deck, we're going to go over my Torterra setup. I won another locals tournament. With Palkia, of course. We're not going to go into Palkia yet until I get some more how-to videos done and out of the way. Those are just taking some time because I want to put some quality into them, make sure that they're transcribed properly, and make sure that all the information that we think is really relevant is being portrayed properly. So please be patient on that. I'm going to make a playlist, so even if we're doing some videos like these in between, there will be something where you can watch beginning to end, like basic stuff to more advanced deck building and gameplay things. And you can just watch these to see them in action or come back to these once you have a better understanding. But anyway, Palkia is a very advanced deck. And this tournament, usually I feel when I play Palkia, I just get a free win because it is that good. But I actually had quite a struggle. There were some very close games during this last tournament. Some people brought it. They really brought it. And so yeah, I'm happy about that. And my prize was this giant holographic dual oversized card. I've been wanting that card for months, like half a year probably now. And the first tournament I won at the locals, I thought that was the prize. And then it wasn't. So then every tournament after, I'm like, is this the one? So I was gonna actually play this Torterra deck at the tournament, except the poster was on the line. So I was like, I want to guarantee my win as much as possible. And if I ran Torterra, I probably would not have won because some of these decks were that strong. They're a lot faster than this deck, but this deck is still a good one. It's a basic, very cheap deck to put together, and I want to share it because I still enjoy playing it. If you can play it right, it's just very satisfying to flood the board and get going. So before I start talking too much about it, let's go into the whole point, the focus of the deck, and that is around Torterra. Now, this is a what you would call baby Pokemon. It's a single prizer. If it gets knocked out, your opponent's only taking one prize card. It takes a while to get going, but you can afford to have a few of them knocked out and still be able to come back and just do massive damage. So the main attack that we're going for is the Evo Press, which is 50 times. So this attack does 50 damage for each of your evolution Pokemon in play. So by default, you're going to have Torterra in play, so it's going to do base 50. Usually at 50 times or 30 times, whatever it is. If the condition isn't met, it's just 0. So this one, the condition is automatically met because Torterra is an evolved form. Now this doesn't have to be a fully evolved form. You can have stage 1 or stage 2. It really doesn't matter. Also, V-Star counts as an evolved Pokemon, and VMAX, V to VMAX counts as an evolved form. So, the great thing about grass decks is that they're very good at flooding the board. Now this does take a little bit to start up, but we're going to, the big supporter here is going to be Lilligant V, actually the Lilligant V Star. Normally, I would avoid putting in a 2-prizer in a 1-prize deck, but the Star Perfume power is just really good and helps get things going a little faster. So the once per game ability, the V-Star power, is during your turn you may search your deck for up to 5 and any combination of grass Pokemon and grass energy cards, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So usually the idea is to get this out turn 2 or 3, the sooner the better, honestly, and then start getting Turtwigs down. And then depending on what is in our deck, we have some 1/1 lines, so there's always a chance that some are prized. The 2/2 is here. I might switch this around with the Cherrim or the Kricketune. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, so you get all the basics down as early as possible, and then we're going to be using Grottles. So we're not going to be evolving everything into Torterra until we're ready to attack. The Grottles have this Sun-Drenched Shell ability, which can be used on the bench or in the active spot. And it says, once during your turn, you may search your deck for a grass Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. That is any grass Pokemon. Basic, evolved form. V-Star doesn't really matter. As long as it's a grass type, you can search it out, which is really powerful. And then we have the Turffield Stadium here, which is a persistent, like we said in the how-to video. And either player, while this is on the field, can search their deck for an evolution grass Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into their hand. So then I can... It just helps free up Grottle to do more. So I'll use Turffield. If I just need the evolution, I'm just going to go for the Turffield, and then I'm going to use Grottle to kind of do a more general search. And if I have everything on the field, I'm using Grottle and Turffield to thin my deck out so that I'm only drawing the boss's orders, or Professor's Research, or Clara if I need that, or the Ordinary Rod. Any of that stuff to really make sure that the game plan is working. Let's talk about what each Pokemon in here, what role they fill. So we have our main attacker, Torterra, and by extension, the Grottle helping us get things on our bench. But for support, we have Cherubi, which goes into Cherrim. And the ability is Spring Bloom as often as you like during your turn, which means you can activate it, do it, and then activate it again as many times as you want during your turn. You may attach a grass energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box. So no Pokemon Vs, no Radiants, no VMAXs, V-Stars, any of that stuff. But that works fine because we're just going to be doing it on Torterra and he only needs 2 energy. Then we have the Gossifleur, which goes into the Eldegoss. And that ability is Cotton Lift. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So we're never having to worry if we have energies to draw. And that's also, these 2 cards are why I'm not going to be running Gardenia's Vigor. Because Gardenia's Vigor is you draw 2 cards, and if you have 2 energies in your hand, you can attach them to one of your bench Pokemon. These do plenty. While building up the V-Star is a good backup plan, very, very unnecessary to, like, we have time usually to build up Lilligant. And if we don't, we've already lost anyway. So it's, if the enemy is, or the opponent is going faster than we can keep up, this whole deck kind of falls apart. And that kind of leads me into the main issue with this deck, the 2 counters, is if any of these abilities are shut down, like the Neutralizing Gas Wheezing, this deck can't do anything. We'd have to have Torterra and everything else already out on the field, but if Wheezing's out turn 2, we're hosed. We can't do anything. We have to rely on Turffield if we have it, or Evolution Incense, or whatever. That's why I kept some of these in, so that if we get shut down, we still have a chance to come back. Not very likely. Finally, we have the Kricketune with Swelling Tune. So all grass-type Pokemon except Kricketune get 40 health, which basically turns Torterra into a VMAX, or a V Pokemon. So it's going to be sitting at 230 health, which is substantial from being like against Arceus. It can now survive an attack from Arceus without having to worry, and then continue to attack. So very good with trading on the Kricketune. I've considered putting in a 2/2 line of this instead of the Eldegoss, because if we really need energies, Lilligant V-Star's there. And then here is our backup, our trump card, the Caterpie and Metapod, which both have Adaptive Evolution. This Pokemon can evolve during your first turn or the turn you play it. The Butterfree this can evolve into, I believe it's Tricolored Scales, where you can fuse, poison, and burn your opponent's active Pokemon as long as it's evolved. And then you can keep Scoop Up Netting and just keep playing it. And it's a very good disruption card, but we're not going for the Butterfree in this one. This is just to have another evolution card in case, like, say Torterra gets knocked out. It's going to happen at least once or twice. Then we search out with hopefully one of the Grottles we have, the Caterpie, Turffield Stadium, Metapod, throw it down, evolve it right away, and we're still swinging. Oh yeah, I didn't say how much damage this can go up to. 300 damage. 300 damage this goes up to. So yeah, then we've got, let's see, some peripherals, escape rope, and switches are going to be huge because look at this retreat cost. Look at this retreat cost. 4 energies to retreat this guy. He's just sitting there. He's sitting there, he's staying there, he's not moving unless we get that switch out. So the real issue is going to be if like a grotto goes out and we don't have the Torterra ready, or he's not built for whatever reason. Yeah, just to make sure that they can get out of a hairy situation if they need to, or get back into it as quick as possible. Heavy ball, because I've got some 1/1 lines. If the evolutions are in the prize cards, not a whole lot we can do. But if the basics are the only ones left in the prize cards, heavy ball will help us get those out, and then we just replace that card with the heavy ball. Evolution Incense, you know what that is. Level balls, any Pokemon with 90 health or less, which is most of these. So very good at either, if we need to flood with Turtwig, we can do that, or we can use it to get out some extra evolutions and free up Grottle to do its thing. Ordinary Rod, these things are going to get knocked out. Just make sure the energy is always in the deck, and we can keep going back and getting Pokemon if we need to fill the bench again, basically. Turffield Stadium, like I said, we went over that. You guys are familiar with Boss's Orders by now. Gloria, underrated card. I love having this, at least one in any single prize deck. Search your deck for up to 3 basic Pokemon that don't have a rule box and put them onto your bench. Then shuffle your deck. I got food. Thank you, love. And then Clara, basically the supporter version of Ordinary Rod, except for putting them back into your deck. You put the Pokemon and basic energies into your hand. So like if they tried to get rid of Caterpie for whatever reason, we can bring that back and immediately evolve it, or you know, whatever we need to really do. Marnie's, Professor's Research, Raihan. I like running Raihan in single prize decks because they get knocked out pretty often. So if your Pokemon gets knocked out, you can attach a basic energy from the discard pile to one of your Pokemon, and then that's required for this card to work. You need a basic energy in the discard pile. You slap it on one of your Pokemon, and then you get to search your deck for any card. So that can be an evolution, that can be a Boss's Orders, that can be any card. Any card. So even if you need another energy, which isn't likely in this deck, but you could search that out as well. So choice belts, so that we're one-shotting VMAXs if we're fully built with our Torterra. So that 300 turns into 330 damage, which is knocking out every single VMAX Pokemon that we could ever run into. And then, unless they have Big Charm on them, which is usually not the case, and then some aromatic energy. This is a special energy that just makes sure we're not getting poisoned, or burned, or anything else like that where we're taking chip damage. No confusion either, so no special effects, no special conditions affect any Pokemon that this is attached to, which is very good. You can't search this out with any of these cards, so you just kind of have to hope to draw into it, maybe Raihan if it's really necessary. But yeah, that's about it for the profile of the deck. Now, I think I've rambled long enough. Let's actually get into the video. Now, I've had some rough matches with this lately. Like, sometimes I get a 5-game win streak and I just dominate. And other times, things get a little slow, a little rocky, and I just get trounced. I would like to go first. We're not super supporter heavy. Having the Gloria is fine. This is not the worst. Let's hope that we have another. I'm really hoping for a Lilligant in our prize cards, just so that we can use the heavy ball right away. All right, let's just do the heavy ball here. Let's see what we got. We do have the Lilligant and one Gozafor, which is okay. We're just gonna do this, and we are done. I'm not gonna attach any energy yet, because once we get built, we're not really going to have to worry about it. Oh, and they are... Okay. Let's see what this does if active Pokemon is not paralyzed. Okay. So they're going to try and paralyze us. They fail. They redo it because of Glimwood Tangle. Let's see here. I'm going to attach one energy here, and then we're going to Marnie. We need some more. We need the Turffield Stadium right now, or the Grottle. There it is. There it is, folks. That's very good. That is incredible. And then we start going in here. We're going to get, let's see, we have Charon. We have one Gossifleur and an Eldegoss. Okay, everything else is pretty much here. We're gonna get out some Turtwigs. Because the more Grottles we have, the faster this is going to go. I could have gone straight into actually Lilligant V-Star. That would have been a better play. But we can do that next turn as well. So I think we've been allowed a little bit of extra. Okay, that was good that they did that now. We've been allowed a little bit of extra time. Let me talk about Avery real quick. It lets you draw 3 cards, but if you drew any this way, your opponent discards Pokemon from their bench until they have 3. This is a good counter card for Regigate, for Lunarock, and for this deck. So they're going to try and... Oh, I didn't know that Zapdos stacked. This is kind of neat. Okay, so now we're paralyzed, which is fine. It actually doesn't make a huge difference to me right now. I'm going to do Sundrent Shell. We run this. This I run a 2-2 line of as well. I should have mentioned that before because I really like this supercharges this deck insanely. We are going to actually do Star Perfume. We're going to look for one more Grottle, one more Turtwig. Don't need these right now. And then we're going to do the rest of energies. The Gossifleur isn't bad, but I'm pretty confident we're not going to get donked for that. And then we can do this. And let's just start searching out other cards just in case. And then we're going to throw that Aromatic Energy on there and be done. Now, like I said, I don't want to evolve Torterra until we're ready to attack. There's another Avery. That hurts. That hurts us a lot. So we're going to get rid of... Let's see. I really want the Kricketune. Oh, this is not great. We're going to have to get rid of... that. We got to do that. That was a good play. Good play on their part. But not the end of the world. We're going to be just fine. They can go ahead and try. They probably didn't see the energy that I attached there. They're not using anything, so we're not going to need that. Let's still get out the Charum. Since this is actually, they're playing a single prize deck as well, nothing's going to be over 200 damage. So we're actually fine staying just like this. But we can always go for the Caterpie as well. Just because, you know, we throw out the Caterpie. I can hit with the Lilligant, but I don't really care. Involve that immediately, and let's just use the Charum right now. 1 energy there, 1 energy there, 1 energy there, and 1 energy there. Now we're done. Then we are going to retreat into Grottle. We'll get rid of that energy. And then we're going to evolve. We can actually use Clara here. We're going to use Clara. I'm going to do both. These guys, since we don't have any others to worry about right now. And then we're going to throw up Kricketot. And then Evopress. 250 damage. Pretty strong. Sorry, opponent, that took so long to do. I know that is annoying to deal with. Now, we're going to have to worry about being paralyzed. Because I think that's kind of the crux of their deck right now, is that they're going to try and just dink us until we are... and just hope that we can't prevent the paralysis. So now we are paralyzed, and it prevents us from attacking, which hurts. It does hurt, but our switches later are going to come in clutch. So let's keep looking for more of these so that we can finally get out, or we can actually get out a switch. I'll bring out the Torterra, and we will start building up Lilligant, just in case. You never know. And then we're done. So yeah, if we're paralyzed, we cannot act, basically. They're trying to do a control deck thing with the crushing hammers. Oh, that's really unfortunate that they're landing these so frequently. We might have to start attacking just with the... Oh, there we go. Let's use Grottle's ability real quick. Let's grab out another one. Okay, and then we switch, evolve, and Evo Press. And it's 300 damage. Massive amounts of overkill, but it is what it is. That's just regular energy, that's fine. I really want one more aromatic so we don't have to worry about it, and they're just kind of dinking us. This is a very clever deck though, I have to hand it to them. This is the new Pokemon Go Zapdos, and each Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres have this, where they are buffing their respective types. So Articuno will do it for water types, Moltres for fire, and of course Zapdos for lightning. They're getting very unlucky with these crushing hammers. They're gonna get rid of that one? Okay, interesting choice. Will not affect us because we still have an ordinary rod in the deck. And they're gonna reflip. Oh, so unlucky. So unlucky. I think they've used up all 4 of their cards though. So that's it for them, and we say done. We say done. I actually should have put that energy on the Lilligant. That's okay. So this is not very entertaining gameplay right now, but you can kind of see how you can be really annoying, you know? So we're not done yet. This is just gonna take a while. I might speed things up a little bit here until something happens. Now, this isn't going to be great. It's not going to be great because I don't necessarily want to... I don't want to give up 2 prize cards. Normally, Lilligant would be on the back, but right now, I can resist enough damage to the point where it's just not going to matter. And we're at 300 health right now because of Kricketune. So they're going to be looking for more stuff. I'm curious about this Tapu Koko. Draw 2 cards and there's 110 damage. Okay, so they're going to be hitting for 120, 30, 40 damage right now. Yeah, okay. So the aromatic energy is coming in clutch for us right now. Yeah, we're kind of sitting pretty here. They're going to swing. Oh, well, I think that will still knock us out. So they're going to get 2 prizes here, but we're still ahead. I should have been evolving the Grottles as well. This is going to get tricky if we can't get... I'll start getting the Gozzaflor going. That was nice. That was good. Good damage. They did well. But they also don't have any more energies. So let's see if they can keep this up. We're going to get rid of their thing. And we're going to go in and grab as many of these as we possibly can. Just so that we draw the right stuff. And even if we get Marnied, we can search out what we need right away. And we get the cards that we've been waiting for, basically. So they will be able to start swinging on us again for paralysis. If they... Oh, they might knock. They might knock out here. Ooh, dang it. All right. We may be in a bit of trouble. Okay, Marnie. Excellent. Excellent. Let's see our ordinary rod. Perfect. Perfect. Come on, ordinary rod. Okay, we didn't get it. But we have the boss's orders. Is that going to help us? I don't think it will. I think we might lose this one. Because we're just kind of... Dang it, man. Oh, man. That stinks. That stinks really bad. That's super bad. Oh, we can do the Raihan. Raihan just came and saved our butts. Right now. Let's do this. Look for a level ball. We're going to get Eldegoss. This is just a setup for later. I think we're pretty good. We're pretty good. Let's see if there are any more actually in the deck. They're not. They're not. That's okay, though. I'm going to Sundren Shell. And we don't have to get any more Pokemon out. So we're just going to straight up use... I'm actually going to stall them. And then we're going to wait. What? Do they? Well played. Well played. You have a good deck. This was annoying to go up against, but it's a good strategy. It's not bad at all. Let's see what they can do. Let's see if they can pull anything off. If they have a switch, they have an escape rope. There's a lot of stuff that they could do. Okay, speed energy is good. Get to draw out stuff. The Marnie. Oh. That hurts with the Raihan. If we don't get the Raihan, we have a Marnie of our own. Okay, they got the light. Okay, very good. Very good for them. Okay, I think they're a little salty. We are going to stall real quick. We gotta stall. We're going to... We have to Marnie right now. We have to keep the Raihan for the next turn, basically. Oh, and we got the aromatic energy. That's huge. That is massive. And then we're gonna use this, do both, and then we're going to look for doesn't really matter. These two and these two. Now those are in the deck, and we can start drawing them out. And we're going to turf field, and oh, we can actually just immediately attach. And done. And done. All right, so I think we've won here. I think we've won because they can always boss up the Torterra. We don't have our switch anymore, which is very bad. I'm hoping that they'll just knock out the Metapod. They didn't knock out the Metapod. Heads. Okay, so we still have another turn to get into a sort of, let's see here. Let's start doing this again, I guess. Get cards that we need, and then we're done. I want them to knock out the Metapod. I do, because then I can just bring up Torterra and then we win. I really thought this would be a lot quicker, but then Marning the Raihan away sucked. It sucked really bad. Fortunately, the contingencies that I had all set up for this deck have come in clutch. So you can kind of see, the goal of this deck, how these cards synergize with each other, and then the fruits of experimenting with the deck. What are the weaknesses that it has? There's the scoop. Appreciate that. They could have just given me the victory. They paralyzed my dead Torterra in the last turn, so the least they could have done is give me the satisfaction of squishing their little electric control deck into the dirt. But it's okay. It's okay. No, but in all seriousness, if you can't win, if you know you can't win, you give it your best shot, scoop, go to the next game. It's totally fine. I've been scooping if I just see Mew appear on the screen. I'm done. I don't want to play with you. You think Palkia is no skill? Mew is actually no skill. There's very little thought that actually goes into Mew. It's just you play cards. You don't have to think about stuff that, like you do at least in the Palkia deck. And you do have to think about stuff in the Palkia deck. Alright, let's get started and see what we've got. We got one mulligan with all... The TCGO hates me. I'm just letting you guys know that. The TCGO hates me. I have so many basics in this deck, and they can't shuffle to save their lives, to save my life here. Goodness gracious. We got 2 Turtwigs though. That's good. That is a good thing. And now we're gonna wait. Now I could play Turffield Stadium right away and get out some evolutions. I'm not gonna do that. We are running the risk of being, if we put down the Cherubi and we don't have Cherim, we're in big trouble. So I'm not gonna do that. I know for sure we have some Grottles. That's it. Anyway, I can't evolve anyway, so Turffield Stadium is gonna go up next turn. Then I can bring out some evolution Pokemon and then work on it. If we put it up right now, they could have just used the Crystal Cave and donked it off, and we wouldn't have gotten any use out of it. So they can still Marnie us. They can still Marnie us and ruin this, but we have 2 more Turffields in the deck. Can always draw those out. Or if they Marnie us, we get another Grottle, and then yeah, there's the Marnie. I mean, it's a risk either way, but at least this way, this is in the deck still. And we're going to be searching through the deck, so we're going to be shuffling. It's no longer at the bottom. And we get another Turffield. That's fantastic. And a Marnie? Yo. Hey, yo. Interesting. Okay, so he's going to get that card back. Oh, okay, so they had a card that they wanted. It was probably an energy card. Clever. Clever. That was good. That was good. And we don't even really need the extra. So we're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do this because this Grottle's going to get donked right away. Actually, we can disrupt them a little bit here. Let's grab another Grottle. And then before we grab anything, we're going to Escape Rope. They're going to choose one. They're probably going to go with the Oranguru because they don't want the Zacian to get smacked. Yep. And then we're going to Marnie. So now they don't have anything in their hand. Oh, no. Oh, hang on. All right, one more Turtwig. We're going to look for... Okay, Cherim is in the deck, so we can put down the Cherubi. Let's go with Lilligant. And let's go for... we need one more thing. Is Kricketot? Yeah, Kricketot and Kricketune are in here. So the Lilligant now is going to take the place of our Gozzafleur and just fill our hand with energies, and then we're going to have 3 Turtwig Grottle combos ready to go next turn. So let's see if they have a switch. They do have a switch, and this Grottle is going to die. They might boss up the Lilligant though. We'll see what they do. The Lilligant would hurt if they bossed it up, because they can kill it. To go into a little bit of their strategy, they're using the Primate Wisdom to take a card from their hand, put it on top of their deck. So they made sure that they had it when they did the Marnie. Let's see here. Okay, so we're actually going to do this. We're going to get the extra Grottle out. And I think we'll use the Lilligant for something else. Give me a second. I'm thinking. I'm figuring it out. Let's bring out the... we still need... No, we have a Torterra in the hand, so we just get the Kricketune. We get the Cherim. And then that evolves there. This guy does this. Star Perfume. We're gonna need the Gozzafleur Eldegoss combo now, and then we just go the rest of them energies. I could have done more energy and just gotten Eldegoss out next turn, but it's fine. I'm gonna Spring Bloom. 1 energy. 2 energy. 3 energies. Okay, and we're done. We don't have to boss any of them up because the one with energy is on there. Ooh, he had resistance. Grass resistance. You don't see that every day. But anyway, we had enough. We had enough. That's good. Ordinary Rod's going to be great. Oh, the Zacian just went right out. Okay. Okay, interesting. If they somehow if they somehow manage to get this Torterra off the field, which is unlikely because we're at 200 and no, they can do it. They can do it with this because they're doing 230 and we have exactly 230 health. They're going to use Intrepid Sword, probably. Anyway, like I was saying, these guys put stuff on the top of your deck. So if they have an energy, they probably put the energy back on top of the deck. They scoop up net, put it back down, and then you can use an ability again. That's how that works. And this ability here, Intrepid Sword, is once during your turn, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck and attach any number of steel energy cards you find there to this Pokemon. Put the other cards into your hand. If you use this ability, your turn ends. So they probably got with a Cape of Toughness. That's tricky. That's going to be tricky. So they get extra 50 health now. They get an extra 50 health. They're going to Intrepid Sword. So they at least get 1. So, okay, the Primate Wisdom isn't interesting. I understand. I understand what they're doing. I'm not against it. We're going to start just bringing out other Pokemon here. Get this. Let's grab the Metapod here. 1 extra here. It's fine, no big deal. We're gonna grab other. We don't want to draw into energies either, because why would we? No big deal. I probably should have used Charm to attach an extra energy here, and then it started attaching to Lilligant for the extra damage. But it's alright. We're gonna boss up this guy. And Evo Press. 270. We just barely got him. And I think we see a scoop here, because I don't think they can come back from that. There it is. There it is. Even against the Zacian, which is pretty quick. If they could have done better, gotten luckier on their draws, for sure, to get the energies attached quicker. But still, we had the Caterpies there. We were gonna donk him no matter what. We had backup plan upon backup plan for that one. Now, I hope that this is enough. I don't want to keep these videos like over an hour or anything like that. I hope this is enough of a look into the deck to kind of get an idea of, you know, how it was built, how it works, how it handles. You can't, in Pokemon, if you get countered hard, you get countered hard. That's just kind of it. That's the unfortunate part of it. There's no real, sometimes there's that heart of the cards moment, like from Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you just draw that card that turns everything around, but with the certain abilities that can just lock you down, take away your entire game plan, like the Weezing. If we were up against the Weezing, I tried it on stream the other day, and I gave it like 3 turns, and we just could not get out of that situation, and it's just better to go on to the next game. You know, we lost, that's fine. Same thing if you're up against a really hard type matchup. They're gonna outspeed you so much because they're doing so much more damage with much fewer turns, and they can one-shot you, whereas normally they would, you know, have to 2-shot or even 3-shot sometimes. So it's just tricky. You just you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and every deck has a counter. That's how some tournaments are won, actually. Like, I talk about how ridiculous Mew is, but some people countered Mew with a single card, being like the baby Galarian Moltres. So they'd play a fighting deck, get their fighting Pokemon just eviscerated, play Galarian Moltres, and just start wailing on Mews, because Dark type matchup does double the damage, and you're just hitting them for like 200, 250 base damage, which doubles into 500, and you just VMAX Pokemon dead, VMAX Pokemon dead, VMAX Pokemon dead. Well, you only need 2 to win the game, but you get the idea. So anyway, that's the overall thing, kind of a brief look into how to deal with like kind of counterplay. But I also just don't want you guys getting discouraged. I don't want you guys getting discouraged getting into this game and just getting hard countered and being like, well, either this game sucks or I suck. It happens to everyone at literally every level of the game. So if you can get past that, you're gonna have a much better time. But hopefully with the new videos that we're going to be doing, talking about, you know, all different levels of deck building and strategy, that will help you overcome at least a little bit of that. So, you know, if that happens, you have something, you know, to kind of fall back on. But this is more of a fun deck anyway. It relies heavily on one strategy, and that fact is why it's not going to be top tier. It's very strong. you're probably going to do okay if you take it to like a local tournament, but is it going to match up well against the cream of the crop that is getting going turn 2 and swinging for massive damage? No. No, but if you are up against, you know, kind of mid-level decks, this one is definitely at the top, near the top of the mid-level, you know, high-mid. So anyway, that's enough rambling. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to do another one about, oh, I don't know, I've got a few. Probably the Machamp one, maybe Leon's Charizard. A lot of really fun decks in here that I want to get into with you guys. So if you're interested in seeing, if you've seen a Pokemon card and you want to see a deck built around it, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to try some new stuff out and show you guys how I would approach things and see if you can do better. I want to see some creativity and grow. That's how you grow, is you just get ideas from all sorts of different things. But anyway, rambling again. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you may be. God bless you all, and we'll see you in the next one.